How's it going, guys? Bluebird Gamer here. So I'm not gonna bother putting music in here because that's not what this kind of video is. No, because as opposed to my other update videos that I've done. You know what? I know this is mid-recording, but let's straighten that camera a little bit. There we go. Wow, that's a great time for my sign to go out. Oh, never mind, it's back. I don't know, I'm just turning it off. As you can see, totally professional, totally planned. Can't do anything about that. Light in my face. Perfect. Yeah, so what I wanted to talk about today was give a little update on my YouTube and Twitch stuff, because as I told you guys in my last update video, I had a lot of YouTube videos, or I was going to be working on Chronicles of Bluebeard the Dwarf. I had another YouTube video I had in the works. I had a lot of plans at the beginning of the summer. Over the course of this summer, obviously I haven't been working, I haven't had school, I've had a lot of time to just sit and think. And I've come to a realization. Now, this is going to require a little bit of story time with Bluebeard Gamer as backstory here. So that's why this is going to be a bit of a longer video. If you don't like longer videos, that's fine. Just go away. No, I'm just kidding. But, so yeah. Let's see. I think I started YouTube around 2015 or 2016. By then, I had already been playing video games for a few years. I think I started playing video games around 2008 or 9, I think. So I'd already been playing video games for quite a bit. I'd had time to build up my hobby a bit. But over the few years prior, let's just say that there were circumstances that would encourage me to go more into video games in terms of time commitment than I should. I'm not going to go any farther than that because, one, those circumstances aren't relevant, and two, I'm not going to try to paint myself as a victim in any way here because that's just not how I like to roll. But yeah, let's just say I had reasons for wanting to play video games more, but it doesn't mean that I should have, and I ended up developing a nasty habit, and it's carried through to this day, of combining things like YouTube and video games. I would be on my screens between 10 and 14 hours a day, which, as you may know, for you math people out there, assuming you get 8 hours of sleep, there's 16 hours in a day. If you factor out 2 hours for things like showering and meals, you get about 14 hours. So I think you can start to see my problem. And that's been going on for years. Now, for making YouTube videos, for streaming, I'm already on my gaming stuff anyway, or I'm already gaming anyway. So it's very easy to just take that time that I was spending gaming and saying, hey, let's turn a camera on and let's record a video, or let's do some streaming. And that's worked, and I've really enjoyed it. But the more I've been thinking and doing research over the summer and doing all this stuff, I'm realizing this is... I shouldn't be gaming between 10 and 14 hours a day. That's not productive, and I'm sure it's not healthy. So, the past couple weeks or so, you haven't seen any YouTube videos, obviously. I actually had started recording and doing because I had done all the grinding, and I had started doing the basic recording for Chronicles of Bluebeard the Dwarf Chapter 1. And I was enjoying it. It's just that it took me something like probably 12 hours of prep work, at least, for what I currently have would be about a minute and a half of video. And this is just the problem of me choosing to do it in survival. Obviously, if I did it in creative, it would be much easier to do it. But I had chosen to do it in survival because I enjoyed that aspect of it. But that's just... If I'm trying to cut back on my gaming stuff, to try not to play 10 to 14 hours a day, that's not something I can do anymore. I've been trying to get it down to about 2, maybe 3 or to 4 on weekends, hours a day of gaming and screens and things like that. And I haven't been successful every day, but my mental health, in my opinion, has improved quite a bit. So, for health reasons and obviously for productivity reasons, I've been trying to implement this, and I can't really do this YouTube thing anymore. And by that, I mean... I'm keeping the channel, not deleting the channel or anything, obviously, and I still may put something out eventually, but I'm effective immediately. I'm going to be, I guess, suspending my YouTube video making. So, Chronicles of Bluebeard the Dwarf is, I guess, postponed in theory forever, unless I come back to working on it, and all my other videos and stuff, just because... If I'm going to be going down to a couple hours a day of gaming, or at least trying to cut it down to that much, Streaming I can still get away with, and I still do plan on streaming because there's so little on the back end in terms of editing and uploading that I have to do that I can very easily get away with doing that. I can stream a couple hours, just set it up to render while I go off and do something else, and that's most of my screens for the day. But I've been able to make 2 hours of streaming content. For the YouTube end, where there is so much back end to have to worry about with editing and stuff like that, if I'm going to be cutting down my my screen time by about probably 80 to 90%, yeah, 80 to 90%, depending on the day, I just can't justify all that back end anymore, which is why I'm doing it which is why I'm saying it like this. Like I said, for streaming, I still plan on streaming because I love doing it. I love being able to play with you guys, do some Unite. That's a lot of fun. It doesn't require a lot of back end, like I said. It doesn't require a lot of prep work. I can just get in, do stuff with you guys, and do a little bit of editing, and that's that little session. So I'm not quitting content creation by any means. It's just the YouTube stuff just does not make sense anymore with the way I'm trying to improve my time organization. It just doesn't make sense anymore. So I still plan on putting out update videos on here for all the Twitch stuff, and if I do decide to do more YouTube stuff, I'd be obviously putting it in that as well for my updates. So I still plan on using this channel for stuff like that, and maybe every now and then if I feel like making a video, I'll make one. Something short, probably, if I had to guess, or something just funny like a meme video. But I keep saying it. I don't want to stretch this video on too long, but it's just not something I have time for anymore. If I'm going to be shutting down, or if I'm going to be reducing my gaming time by that much, and if I am going to be reducing my gaming time by that much, I could still theoretically put out something like a short video a month or something, but I have to decide with my time, do I want to be able to do several hours of streaming and then have a little bit of gaming I can do on my own just for fun and relaxation, or do I basically take all of that time and say, okay, I can make one well-scripted or one well-organized video a month, and then I don't really have time for anything else because then I'm putting too much time into other things. So I think I've probably explained it 3 different ways now, and I need to just stop rambling. But I wanted to let you guys know about that decision. I've been thinking about this for months, and I've just haven't put out the video because I'm lazy. But I just wanted to let you guys know about it because you haven't seen any videos since I don't think since my last update video, which was, I want to say, in May. So it's been a good month or so and no videos, so I'm back to that point where I was a couple years ago where half the videos on my channel and in order are update videos. But and going forward in the future, that's likely what it will be because of what I've just mentioned. Now that's all the update stuff I have to do on the YouTube end. And by the way, Bluebeard Archives, where I've been putting all of my Twitch archives, I'm still doing that because that's part of the streaming thing. That takes very little editing on my end, very little back end. I can basically just set it up to render and upload while I'm gone. I really don't have to be here. So I'm keeping that going. That's not a big time commitment. Like I'm making a scripted YouTube videos, like what I've been trying to do. And as for the Twitch stuff, I've been streaming Friday, Saturdays, 2 hours a day. It's been going really well. And I plan on doing that for the rest of the summer. I don't see any reason why I can't. Excuse me. Come August, though, things are going to have to change because the first couple of weeks of August, school hasn't even started yet, but they're bringing me in basically, more than full time in terms of amount of time, so more than 40 hours a week for something before school even starts. So I'm not going to be able to do anything those first 2 weeks. And then after that, my fall season starts, or my fall semester starts for school, and because of the full-time program I'm in, streaming on Fridays and Saturdays in the mornings is probably not feasible. So I am going to have to change up my streaming schedule in terms of time for the first time in a little while. I'm just letting you guys know about this because I am likely going to have to make some changes. So I want you guys, as far in advance as possible, to know about it, to think about what times would work for you, because I still plan on streaming, obviously, if I can. If my homework burden isn't too much, and if my potential work for employment burden isn't too much, I'd like to keep streaming. It's a lot of fun. But I would probably want to stream over the same amount of time, but I would not be able to do 2-hour streaming sessions anymore because basically it'd be as if I'm working a full-time job in terms of time commitment. Not that my full is a time commitment, but I'd have to leave in the morning for school and get back in the late afternoon for school. So I can't stream in the middle of the days normally. Fridays I can't, probably wouldn't be able to stream at all because of a commitment that will likely be coming up for school. So my rudimentary idea right now is I do something like Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday nights maybe, and then do a Saturday morning and have something like an hour each. Unfortunately, I'm just not gonna have. I'm not gonna have time for them to be long streams or even just short, fewer number of streams. That'd be the only way I'd probably have to do it. So I know this video is really, really a downer, which is why I didn't put the music in. But you know, my full-time program is gonna take a lot out of me in terms of time for school and potential work as well, because you know, have to pay for the gas the way it is. So I just want to let you guys know about this. I'd like to keep making content, especially with the streaming stuff, since that's the most time effective for me that I'm able to do with the way my schedule is going. But I wanted to let you guys know in advance there are going to be changes, and I don't know how much they're going to affect me yet. But I wanted to let you guys know about all this, so that we all had time to process it, and we all had time to think about where we're going next. Because at least with the streaming, like I said, I very much want to keep this going. But we're just going to have to see what happens. So, fair warning. So, I'm not going to ramble anymore. This video is probably already longer than I wanted it to be. So I'm going to call it there. I want to thank you guys for listening to this. And, you know, I'll see you guys next time. So until next time, this is Bloober Gamer signing off. God bless America.